How's it, gaming? I'm Phil in the Blanks, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We are now finally ready to start Ganondorf's castle. There are still a couple things to get in the game, but they are basically in Ganondorf's castle, so we'll make it there. It's where Hyrule Castle used to be. And, oh, they call it Ganon's castle. They take off the Dorf part, weirdly enough. Ganondorf is the man, Ganon is like the pig monster. But yeah, once we approach the area with all 6 medallions... Phil, can you hear me? It's Rauru the Sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, I don't care what it's called, man, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. And it's actually very similar to Link to the Past, where once you get all the maidens, they kind of create the staircase to Ganon's castle. Now we have this cool rainbow bridge, which I guess could be sort of a callback to Dragon Quest too, I guess. I don't know. It's real, Link. Don't worry about it. And we'll head on in. Such an obviously evil castle, too. It's like, get a better decorator, Ganondorf. There we go. Inside Ganon's castle. And you can ignore the 2 BMOs here in the kind of main hallway. There's nothing to do here, so you just go on. There we go. And just like Rose said, there is a barrier in this very obviously evil gate there. And you can see the barrier energy over there, color-coded to the temples. Now down here, right where we entered, if you turn around, actually equip your lens of truth, and there is a place where you can buy a bunch of stuff from Deku Shrubs, or Business Shrubs, Deku Business Shrubs, whatever they call it, and get a bunch of fairies. Now we are fine for fairies. So it doesn't really matter for me, but it's nice to get my health up, so. And we see this new kind of weird obelisk thing. It says grab, but there's nothing I can really do. But anyways, like I said, all the colors are basically represent one of the temples. Like this is the Fire Temple, and there's the Shadow Temple. And the Shadow Temple is actually where we want to go first, because that is where we will get the dungeon item, because there is actually a dungeon item in this that is required to get. So we might as well get it first, basically. There's no, well, I guess there is a boss key, but like that's not really how this works. Ah, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay. That's great. Whatever. We'll light that thing on fire over there. Basically, what it is each of the temples, actually, I guess medallions, because there wasn't a light temple. We're just gonna ignore that chest on the left. It's just some arrows. Careful, this light. It's like a little bit of a hallway, and it's a little miniature test based on that medallion. So this is based on the Shadow Medallion. So we got Lens of Truth stuff, that sort of thing. And I think there might be something with the hover boots or whatever. That was a bad shot. Ah, damn, really, Phil? There we go. And while we will be doing this for the Shadow area here, it's more important that we get the dungeon item, because it is required. So careful here. This will disappear once that timer goes off. Ooh, we made it. Okay, cool. This little platform sticks around, but that'll bring the treasure chest. We'll long shot our way back there. Nice, there we go. And inside, our last upgrade via treasure chest, that is, we get the golden gauntlets. You can feel even more power coursing through your arms. Grab with A and lift stuff up. And that's what we can do with that obelisk we saw earlier. And you can use the Lens of Truth here and see this really windy path. I'm going to take it really, really slowly. And the reason why I wanted the golden gauntlets first is because the last upgrade, our last thing to get, needs the golden gauntlet. And it's actually outside of Ganondorf's castle. So once we finish this little area and wipe out the shadow barrier, we will actually leave the area. Woo, that's close. Just gonna Megaton Hammer. It's clearly rusted there. Where are you? There you are. Pop. Nice. And then we can just long shot over there. Right. If we can aim properly. I find the aiming is really finicky in this game. I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately, too. And the aiming is so good in that game. But there's also, like, motion, like gyro controls, which is really good. There we go. That is the source of the barrier. The end of each hallway has one of these. And you do need to use your light arrows, so usually they'll give you arrows or magic or something, but there we go. And just pierce right through the middle. Bad shot, but it still worked. And you will rescue whichever... Oh, the arrow's just there. Rescue whichever sage was there. I don't know if you're rescuing them, but it allows them to use their powers inside the thing. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please save the princess. Not a lot of personality there, Impa, but thank you. Appreciate that. And thankfully we'll be actually teleported back to the main room. Ooh, that's quite an effect. Very, very cool. I'll throw up. But with that, the shadow barrier is now dispelled, and you need to do that basically for all 6 medallions. But I don't care right now. Now it means that we can leave the castle and get our final upgrade. And I highly recommend this upgrade. You don't need anything extra, so if you haven't been getting a lot of optional stuff, don't worry, this is still something you can get. You only need the golden gauntlets, and you need the golden gauntlets to beat the game. So get this, no matter unless you're doing like a minimalist playthrough or something, you should always get this. And it's not very far either, which is very, very nice. It's actually quite close to here. It's right outside of the castle. If you remember in the, I was almost in Light World, in the child time, this was where you snuck into Hyrule Castle, and there was a bombable wall where you could crawl and find a great fairy fountain. And behind this big obelisk, now that we can lift it, is, I assume it's that same fairy fountain. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you never know. Question mark, question mark. Thanks, Navi. Anyways, we'll lift it up. There's a whole animation for it, too, which is very, very cool. There's only 3 of these giant obelisks in the entire game, so you get a really cool cinema of it. Oh, and just kind of rest there. Wow, you did not skip Arm Day or at all, Link. So we'll jump in. Like I said, I think this is the one where you get, I think Din's Fire originally. Or maybe Ferrari's Wind, but like usual, we'll use the Lullaby, Zelda's Lullaby. It's the last great fairy we'll visit, and our last upgrade. Sit through the long intro. Welcome, Phil. I am the Great Fairy of Courage. I'm going to enhance your defensive power. Receive it now. So just like how we got double our magic meter, we are basically now doubling our defenses, which, in effect, doubles our life from 20 hearts to 40 hearts. And there we go. That white outline represents that each heart is now worth double the amount of heart. So most things will be doing like quarter heart damage compared to what it used to, which is fantastic. Your defensive power has been enhanced. Damage inflicted by enemies will be reduced by half. When battle has made you weary, blah, 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 yeah. Mind you, this is the last area, and enemies do a lot of damage. Mind you, other than Ganondorf himself, there are no new enemies. We fight some Stalfos, not Stalfos, yeah, Stalfos. We fight some Stalfos, we fight some, Iron Knuckles, but like, it's not really that crazy. But having that extra defense does help against Ganondorf himself. But, of course, you always want to have some fairies with you when you get down to it. With full hearts and full defense and 4 bottles of fairies, you effectively have 160, actually more than that, you have 200 hearts at this point. So you have 5 full sets of hearts because of those fairies. So you really have no reason to fail. Plus, because this is not a large dungeon, you can just go back and get more fairies. Let's see. We got orange, kind of green. Oh, we got dark green. There we go. That must be the forest one. We'll do them in order, I guess, of the actual temples that we did. Get in there. So, first up, looks like we can use some fire magic here. Din's Fire. Here, and the fire... Ooh, dang, whoops, that was bad. Reaction time, Phil. Din's Fire for all these, and then Fire Arrow for the top torch. Bam. Now, you don't need the Fire Arrow. If you don't have it, you can actually just shoot an arrow right through one of the torches, but I obviously like wasting magic, so there's that. You still don't use a lot of magic, and I don't really need to use Nehru's love for the Ganondorf fight, so here we go. This is kind of weird that this is part of the forest, trial or whatever you want to call it, because this is very Shadow Temple. Just gonna wait for this to start blowing, and we'll grab that and pushed. Thankfully, there is no time limit to get these, but I do want to destroy you with a bomb. That hit. Yes, nice. Aha. Careful. We'll jump onto... Ooh, that was really close. What'd that do? Oh, it brought a long shot thing. That's that. I had to get that silver rupee on top of it. Just like how in the Gerudo's training ground, there is a silver arrow you don't want to get last. Only because when you're watching the little cinema of the door unlocking, you could get blown away while that's happening. So you really don't want that. So we're going to get this one first because this has a fan. We're going to wait the fan to kind of start and then stop again because I don't know how much time I'm going to have here. Because if I get this one last, then while the opening of the door happens, they'll start, blowing and I get blown off. So I don't want that. I'm just going to wait this out. There we go. And now we'll get back. And it could blow into that platform there, but I just really don't... I just don't want to take that chance, basically. So we'll just go and grab that one. Thankfully, there are no enemies here, now that we've destroyed the BMO, so it's not dangerous or anything like that. There we go. And that is the forest trial. So we'll do all the trials, and then we'll call it a day. This might be a shorter episode, it might be a longer episode, I don't know. All I know is that from the... From all the trials onto Ganondorf, and the ending isn't super long, so while I can't do this in a single episode, we are cutting it into 2 episodes. To me, that makes the most sense to cut the episode. So once we do all 6 of these trials, that is 2 down, 4 to go. Saria, do your magic. That looks awkward when you just lean over like that, like Michael Jackson. The forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, Phil. Yeah, okay. Whee! It's so weird that the arrow that strikes that weird-looking energy orb ball thing just stays there. You'd think it would just go right through into the wall, but I guess it treats it like an actual palpable object and just kind of gets stuck there. Alright, so that's the water one over there. This is... I think that's Spirit, but I'm not walking all the way over to Fire. Yeah, it's like... we're on the other side, so we're not going to do this in order. Let's just do Spirit now. Doesn't really matter. Oh, geez, okay. More silver rupees. And this one, just, it feels like a room just in the Spirit Temple. It's not particularly interesting or clever. It really is just, well, I mean, it'd be nice if I could throw bombs properly. Oh no, this is my greatest foe ever. Why do I keep putting them down? There we go. Ah, not enough. Nope, get closer, Phil. There we go. Yeah, it's not particularly interesting. It's just get all the silver rupees and there's slidey things around. And you can tell they're doing so little damage to me. I've gotten it so many times. I'm only missing a heart and 1/4 heart. Like, then we just got a heart. That didn't even do any damage to me. So I think these things normally only do a 1/4 heart, which means now they're only doing 1/8 damage, which is literally, that's funny, literally nothing. So that was easy. Hello, slugs. Let's get our Megaton Hammer, and I think we need some bomb shoes for this place too. We'll smack ya. Smack, smack. Double smack. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, thank you for the magic, not that I needed it. And we'll use bomb shoes to go over here. This, I guess, is... like, do you need bomb shoes here? We'll time this out, see if it gets one of them. Nice. And, okay, what... Sure, thank you. I didn't do anything. I didn't need a treasure chest. Boom. There we go. Oh, the treasure chest was here. Why? Oh, bomb shoes. Okay, so in other words, if you didn't have bomb shoes, they would give you some here. Okay, interesting. That was very easy. I guess that's sort of Spirit Temple-y, but this is the most Spirit Temple part of it. Where you need... and again, I'm not sure if you need fire arrows specifically for this, because you do need to burn this web right up there. Because maybe we didn't fire when we reached that, but now we can use our mirror shield. Come on. Can't. There's a little bit of a you can't aim sort of thing. Come on, really? There we go. Oh, oh, that was the wrong one. Crap. What's that gonna do? Oh, Wall Master. No, 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 no. Get away from me. Go. Okay, geez. Alright, well, next one. Just trial and error at this point. Oh, good. Okay, there we go. And we go, and there we are. That was the spirit one. 3 down. Wow, we're 15 minutes in now. This is going to be a shorter episode. So I apologize for that. But I mean, I say it like in every Let's Play I do. The timing for the ending of these Let's Plays can be very difficult depending on what kind of game it is and how long endings are and that sort of thing. There we go. Who's the spirit one? Oh, Naburu. There you are. I feel like we just saw you. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, kid. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a big, strong man. Only me, Zelda, and Malon have aged at all in this world. Everyone else looks exactly the same. Oh, Princess Ruto did too, I guess. There we go. Next up. Oh, yeah, I guess you would, you need the golden gauntlets, or golden gauntlets, to get this place. And this is the light one. Now, there was not a light temple. Jeez, that was very aggressive. Like, there was not a light temple. The rumor is, I don't know if this is official, if there's, like, beta footage or anything like that, but there apparently was supposed to be a light temple. And it looks like it was supposed to be very much like the Shadow Temple or the bottom of the well where there's secret stuff, because you need your Lens of Truth here, and you see there are a bunch of hidden enemies. There is a Skulltula and a bunch of keys. Thankfully, if you don't go near the keys, that's just stand on these treasure chests. But none of the treasure chests, do I want to get. They're either just useless items like arrows or a trap or something like that, which I don't want. Obviously, killing all the enemies, though, will get me the actual key to the next room. So you do need to do it like, kind of that way. But yeah, again, like, one of the enemies in the final dungeon, a Skulltula, you know, like the second enemy we've ever seen. It's kind of crazy. Also this. Hey, I wonder what the puzzle is here. Is it play the ocarina? It's so weird. I really do feel like the last portion of the game was a little slapdash kind of put together, which is probably true. I mean, that's a fairly normal thing in a lot of video games. Look at Wind Waker. I adore Wind Waker. It's probably my favorite traditional 3D Zelda game, and it's missing a lot of content because they had to rush near the end. So I kind of wish we could have seen what it was supposed to be. Here we got a minute to get a bunch of silver rupees. This is fairly easy. The only one that might stump someone is this one up there, but I mean, by this point, you should know to use the long shot and look around. There we go. We just look around in these little alcoves. Get another one. Get that one. Buy another alcove. Oh, no, that's the door. There we go. Ooh. And one more. There we go. Easy enough. Though I think you need to... Yeah, you still need to get through the door. Oh, the cocoa medal. No! I was hit by its chocolatey goodness. Oh, where's the thing? Oh, no. What'll we do? Well, we need... First of all, we do need, of course, our light arrows. Oh, crap. There is a... Shadow... Wallmaster is what I meant to say. Is he still there? Oh, there he is. Oh, jeez. I did not notice that. 1 second. Let's get rid of him first. There we go. Okay, now I can calm down. You need your Lens of Truth, and if you use it, you'd actually see that there is another hallway kind of behind where that thing is, which I think is really clever, but the fact that there was a Wallmaster really freaked me out. I totally forgot about that. There we go, Raru. Come on out. Haven't seen you in a while. We talked to you a couple minutes ago. We haven't seen you. Ow, my back. His wrinkles are so detailed, too. The light barrier is dispelled. Hurry. Yep, no. Unfortunately, no light temple. Would have been cool. So I know that they you can unearth some game data if you go into the game files and stuff, and you can see that there are actually quite a bit of items that had graphics that actually don't appear in the game, and I always kind of wonder what they do. I love that about video games. Oh, here. That middle platform will sink unless you have your hover boots. So just put that on, and the middle area here will not start sinking. Everything else will still start sinking, so you still gotta pay attention, but that middle one will not, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things with video games is not specifically beta stuff, because when I say that, people are just like, well, I play betas all the time. It's like, no, you're playing very, very far in development. It's like when they show, like, here's some alpha gameplay. It's like, they call it that, but it's not really. Alpha gameplay is like getting the physics right, and sometimes the graphics aren't done at all. Like, it's different. Anyways, you need the golden gauntlets here in order to do the fire one, which is pretty crazy. I don't think you need to, unless there's one right behind this. Oh, there is. Okay, never mind. But yeah, beta footage of stuff like Super Mario World. If you have the original NES Super Mario Bros. 3 box, one of the pieces of art that they used to show off the game on the back of the box is actually not a level in the game. It's part of the beta build. And stuff like that is just really, really neat to me. So, especially for, I guess, newer games too. It's always neat. But for older games that are like classics, like they're timeless and everyone knows them like super, super well, that's probably not a smart one to jump on last. Can I make this? Oh, crap. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, I guess I collected them all, so it doesn't matter anymore. And that timer's only there because I refuse to put on the red tunic. Once I have the blue tunic on, I never take it off. There's no point. But yeah, no, these games are classic, timeless games that so many of us know inside and out. So learn anything that wasn't in the game, what was planned to, is just, to me, very, very, very neat. Mario World is one of my favorites. Like, they had a completely different world map, and I don't know, it's just really, really cool. The bonsai bills didn't have the faces on them. It was really interesting, that type of stuff. I love that stuff. Very, very cool. Sometimes, like, you almost go like, oh, I wish that was in there instead of what ended up being in the actual game. Hello, sworn brother, how you doing? The fire barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, brother. Will do, bud. And I guess inadvertently we left Princess Rudo for last. She's probably not going to be very happy about that. That's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. And we were just going clockwise anyways. One left. One left. Right there. Nope, that's the shadow one. We already did that one. So down there. I don't know where that bridge goes. That's not where I enter from. It doesn't really matter. Alright. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, I forgot about this. So, unfortunately, we actually do need to use up one of our bottled fairies here. Which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's really not a big deal. It'll recover my quarter of a heart. Because we need to do the blue fire thing again. Twice in this one. This is actually closer to the ice cavern than it is the water temple, which I am very thankful for. I do not want to do more iron boot crap. Take care of these ice statue guys. Freezars? I don't know what they're called, but whatever. That will unlock the door, but you can see it's behind some red ice, and that means we need some blue fire. There we go. Now, once you use it, you do want to go back and get some more. Get some magic, too. That's always nice. There we go. Lead it in the next room. Don't care about the treasure chest. Do not care what you have to offer. Probably traps. And you will have another block moving puzzle. This one's very easy. The one far away from you, move clockwise. And the one that was close to you at the beginning of the room, move counterclockwise. The end. That's all you gotta do. And once you use the blue fire here, I mean, it doesn't really matter in what order you do these temples, basically, other than the fact that you, or temples, the trials, other than the fact that you do need the golden gauntlet for the light and fire one. After you're done the water trial, you can just get a fairy. Oh, well, it ran off, I guess. Once you use the blue fire here, you can go back and get a fairy or something, because you can leave and these trials are already completed, as we saw from the shadow trial. So we will put this there. It looks like we need our Megaton hammer again. That looks very rusted. And we'll see if that fairy's there. If I can catch it in my bottle, that's pretty cool. Not that it saves me a trip. I wasn't going to go back anyways. 3 fairies is still more than enough. So far, we've only, quote-unquote, died once, and that was against Valvagia, who surprisingly did way more damage than I thought, which really sucked. But other than that, we haven't died, so pretty cool. Oh, no, you're gone. Ah, dang, I was hoping to get another fairy. But yeah, I mean, again, that doesn't count as a death, because we were revived from a fairy. I don't think this game counts your deaths outside of just the, I think there's the numbers on the file select. It's not like Link to the Past where it lists all their deaths or whatever. Hello, my fiance. The water barrier's dispelled. Hurry up. Really? No hello to your betrothed? Fine then. I knew we were having problems, but I didn't think it was that bad. Whatever. Anyways, with that, that is it. That is all 6 parts of the barrier, and we can finish this off. Huzzah. Oh, ooh, so spooky. There we go. Yeah, there is like a bridge there. What does that do? Oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But with that, we'll enter this main thing, and we'll call it a day here. So next episode, we will defeat Ganondorf. I'm Fill in the Blanks. See you next level. So spooky. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.